Hello and welcome to Rosy Cakes. Today I will show you how I've made an Elsa doll cake from the movie Frozen. I'm just icing the cakes that I've already stacked in order to make the dress of the cake. I'm rolling out a small piece of fondant in order to cover the top part of her dress. I have made myself a template in order to cut out the shape of the dress. Now I have the shape of the top of the dress. After you've wrapped the doll's legs in plastic wrap to keep her doll clean, as well as the cake on the inside, fasten the top of the dress to the doll. Using a scissor, I'm going to cut off the excess strip of fondant. Then to attach the two pieces together, use a little bit of water on a paintbrush. Next, I'm rolling out a large piece of fondant that I will be using to cover the bottom part of her dress. Next, I am using a snowflake stamp to emboss a snowflake pattern onto her dress. Using my wheel cutter, I'm going to cut a large circle in order to fit the dress. For easier placement, I've cut a slit into the fondant. Gently lift and place the fondant over the bottom portion of the dress, adjusting the ruffles slightly as you go. Using a pair of scissors, I'm going to cut off the excess portion of the fondant at the back of the dress. Later, it will be covered by her veil. Using a long serrated knife, cutting a hole down the center of the cake in order to fit the doll's legs. Next, I am placing the doll into the center of the cake. Roll out a small strip of fondant in order to cover the seam. I've rolled out a thin piece of fondant to act as the trim for the top of the dress. I've cut out a rectangular shape in order to make the sleeves on the dress. Just use a little bit of water on the actual doll's arm to attach the sleeve to her. Gently pinch the bottom of the seam in order to secure it to the doll. Next, using a scissor, I've cut off the excess fondant and also trimmed a V shape for the point of her sleeve. And do the same for the other arm. Here is a close-up of the point on the sleeve. Now I've rolled out another large piece of fondant that will be Elsa's veil. I've cut a straight line across the top where I'll attach it to her shoulders, and then sort of egg shape for the bottom part of her veil. Lightly brush on some water on the top part of the dress. Once you've secured the top half, you can use the water again to wet the bottom part of her dress, slowly making the ruffled look. If it's too difficult to handle in one large piece, you can also cut the veil into two separate pieces and do one side at a time. For an added icy effect, I'm adding some large sugar crystals to the trim of the dress. I've done so by wetting with a paintbrush along the trim of the dress and gently adding the crystals. I am brushing on some pearl luster dust in order to give the dress some added sheen. And here is the completed doll. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to see more videos, please subscribe to my channel.